Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today, I want to go over 5 wide receivers that I think you should be trading for before it's too late, before they just end up absolutely crushing you in your fantasy playoffs. And it'll be all my fault for not telling you about these guys. But before we do, I want to encourage you, please hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 200 subs while I'm making this video, and also hit that thumbs up button at the end if you do enjoy. We're gonna be starting it off with Juju SmithSchuster on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Juju was in line for another great game against Jacksonville, but he got absolutely slammed in the head. He has a concussion. He left the game early, had 2 receptions for 33 yards on 4 targets. But these past 3 weeks before that, 22 points, 25 points, 18 points in PPR leagues. I would go get this guy. Hopefully people will value him a little bit lower since, you know, he did get that concussion. You might be able to get him at a little bit of a discount, but he does seem to be the wide receiver 1 in Kansas City. And we all know the Chiefs score a ton of points, so I don't know why you wouldn't want Juju on your team. Tony might take a little bit of targets away from him, but I still think this is the Juju show. He's shown the consistency that I wanted to see from him, so I'm buying into him right now. Go get yourself some Juju SmithSchuster while you still can. Coming in at number 2 here, we have McLaurin, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. Against the Eagles on Monday night, 8 catches, 128 yards for McLaurin. I was severely undervaluing him coming into this week, but I'm taking a look at his fantasy numbers right now. The past 4 games, 18.3, 16.6, had a 10.6 game, but then follows it up with a 20.8 game. He seems to have really good chemistry with Taylor Heinicke. When Heinicke needs a big pass, he looks McLaurin's way, and this is what you'd like to see. Curtis Samuel getting less and less targets every week. I think now is a great time to buy into McLaurin. His bye week is coming up, though. That's the only thing that's kind of like, you know, you're not going to get the full week's worth out of him if you're trading for him now, but I still think it's worth it. He faces the Giants, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Cleveland Browns in the playoffs. Not the most favorable schedule in the world, but I still think he can make it work. He's only been under 10 points 2 times this season. So very consistent player. I think you should go get him while he's, you know, still hovering around that wide receiver 2 range in most people's eyes. He could easily be a low-end wide receiver 1 by the end of this year. Right now, he is ranked 13th, so that's pretty damn good. Coming in at number 3 here, we have a little duo for you. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. This whole Buccaneers team, basically, they have to rebound. All right, they're going to rebound. Trust me, they're going to start getting more and more fantasy points as the weeks progress. Chris Godwin, only 1 week under 10 PPR fantasy points the entire season, so he's been the king of consistency. We know that he's Brady's safety blanket, especially on 3rd down. He gets so many targets. But Mike Evans, there is so many missed out fantasy points with Mike Evans. It's so painful. He can't keep dropping these wide open balls. I'm telling you, so uncharacteristic of Mike Evans. I'm buying in right now. I've been buying in for a couple weeks now. I still think his best weeks are to come, so that's why I'm going in on this Buccaneers offense. Coming in at number 4 here, we have Chris Olave on the New Orleans Saints, and he had a little bit of a down week last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was a little bit of a sloppy matchup. It's not going to be like that the rest of the year. I don't think we have to worry about that. He is the clear wide receiver 1 in New Orleans. Jarvis Landry just came back. He's taking a little bit of his targets away, and then you got Kamara taking some targets. I don't think it's anything to be too worried about. If Jameis Winston were to be starting at quarterback, and I think he will be in the next coming weeks, that's an upgrade for Olave, so I'd get him before that happens. Dalton is playing like crap. It just doesn't look good in New Orleans until Winston gets back in at quarterback, and then I think it's a major upgrade for Olave. He did good in the beginning of the year with him. Buy in now while he's still cheap. Coming in at number 5, last but not least, we have another duo. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. This Seattle Seahawks team struggled in Germany against the Buccaneers. Maybe you can get a little bit of a discount for these 2 guys. One or the other. Doesn't matter to me. They're both great players. They're both going to be consistent throughout the rest of the year, and they've been consistent up to this point. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Geno Smith, and if he's going to put in a solid case for like comeback player of the year, maybe even MVP talks, I don't know if he's that high up there, but we'll have to see. I think he's going to play his heart out, and who else are you going to pass it to than DK and Lockett, 2 of the best wide receivers in the league. Let me know if any of this information helped you guys. Go trade for these guys. I'm telling you, they're going to break out soon. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys.